Bullet used to kill Charlie Kirk did not match rifle allegedly used by suspect Tyler Robinson. New court filing claims. Now, I don't support her. I don't rock with her. She's a tether too. But Candace Owens has been speaking on this, that there's been some foul play when it comes to the Charlie Kirk shooting for a long time. And a lot of people been kind of, basically calling her crazy or saying she want attention. But this kind of put some, some stamping on what she been saying. But yeah, they saying that the bullet did not match the rifle that shot Charlie Kirk. So that's what they saying. So yeah, I don't know.
University was shot on September 10, 2025. From nearly 400 feet, or about 120 meters away, the gunman had been lying in wait. A single round tears.
It might have been another shooter, y'all. He might be the fall guy, and if that's the case, this case gonna open right back up like crazy.
Through the air, hitting Kirk in the neck. The crowd erupts in panic. The shooter immediately ran across the roof as people scatter in fear. He leaps to the ground and disappears into the neighborhood. Officers rush to the stage. Kirk is pulled away and taken to a hospital. A massive manhunt begins. Heavily armed police search every corner. Nearby, officers recover a Mauser bolt-action rifle, hidden in the woods and wrapped in a towel.
So Mauser bolt-action rifle. Did it say Mauser 98? Mauser 98 bolt-action rifle, yeah.
Suspect flees nearly 250 miles south to his hometown of St. George, Utah, where his father confronts him after recognizing him in surveillance images. Tyler admits his role. 33 hours after the shooting, police surround the home. Tyler Robinson is arrested without resistance. Charlie Kirk, during an...
I wonder what this gonna turn into then, if they found out that this was another shooter, or, if he didn't do it. I'm curious on what this turns into now. Let me read this. Here's a Charlie Kirk Zapruder film. All you need to see: Frank Turek communicating via hand signal. I seen this hand signal stuff. I don't know if y'all seen this. I think a lot of things could just be coincidental. But
do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Counting or not counting gang violence?
Okay, I mean, he definitely got shot from the front though, because the torque in his body. Yeah, he definitely got shot from the front because his body went this way. So his head went down and his chin, his shoulders went up, his arms went inward. So he definitely got shot from the front. Yeah, I mean, common sense would tell you that. But it might just so happen to be another shooter, and it might not have been Tyler Robinson. Not that I really give a damn, but what I'm hoping is they don't try to make no fallback guy some black dude. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do that. Tyler Robinson was just a fallback guy, but the actual guy who shot him was some black guy. Some black, you know what I'm saying? National. Like, they'll try to do that. They'll try to do that. Where are the phone videos? I mean, I've seen a few of them. But I don't know, how, I don't know where they at, but I would hope that they wouldn't try to do that.
Those bullet casings, and I believe we have that as well.
Hold on.
I know there's been speculation as well as to the writing on those casings, those bullet casings, and I believe we have that as well. And I will share that with you now. So the area north of Campus Drive Road where the suspect crossed over, you saw some of that in the video that we released last night, consists of a grassy area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital O-W-O, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
Somebody said we don't care about him here or not. Yeah, I don't really care about Charlie Kirk, but I'm very curious on what's this gonna turn this case into. And if they saying that if it wasn't a bullet that would even go towards that rifle, then that mean that unless he had another gun or it was another shooter. And I'm hoping that they're not about to try to put a black face on it. But I'm curious. This is another thing too. They would have known this a long time ago, which tells me and leads me to believe that they're going to try to do something, because this is breaking news. I mean, this was less than 24 hours ago that this came out. So it ain't like they haven't known this. They've known this for a while. But when it happened, now it gives them from when it first happened up until now, it gives them enough time to try to figure out how the public and how the media can, digest this situation if we find out that, it wasn't the person that they claimed it to be as far as the shooter. So it's going to turn this upside down. But again, they got enough time now to hide. So the bullet had a whole paragraph on it. I think it was the casings, but I'm the same way. I'm like, nigga, what? But I guess it was the bullet casings. But I'm curious on how you going to write that unless you engrave it. I mean, unless you take like a metal something, like engrave it. But what you going to, like, you ain't going to be able to write all that on some bullets. Unless it's like a 50 cal. And even if it's a 50 cal, nigga, you ain't gonna be able to do all that, because a 50 caliber bullet, pause, like this damn big, pause. You know what I'm saying? Nobody in the crowd recorded it. Well, I don't know, Judah, because everybody was, if they was recording, they was recording him. They wasn't recording the shooter that was behind him. But that's if he was the shooter. You feel me? I don't care about Charlie either, but he shouldn't lost his life in that matter. Yeah, I ain't gonna wish death on nobody because I disagree with him politically. You know what I'm saying? I think he was a racist. You know what I'm saying? I think he was a racist, and I think he made a lot of lies, but I ain't gonna wish death on you. You know what I'm saying? In that regard, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, hey man, hey, we'll go around, come around. But I still ain't gonna wish death on him. You feel me? I don't think he should have died with us. He had a family and all that. But I mean, I also ain't losing no sleep over it. I'm kind of indifferent about it. Like, would I want him to die? No, I wouldn't say that. But I mean, did he get popped? Yeah, it's messed up. And I mean, you talking of, hey, that'll happen. We only seen one angle. Yeah. Can you explain what a tether is again? A tether is anybody that is not a black American that speaks against black Americans or has a negative disposition towards black Americans. Not even speak against. Let me take that back. Not just speak against, but has a negative disposition towards black Americans, speak against black Americans, or has any ill intent, whether that be physically or mentally, towards black Americans, or someone who tries to infiltrate us, act like us, and not give us the credit that we deserve for the same thing that they operating in. That's a tether as well. A tether is not an African. A tether is not a Caribbean. A tether is not a Latino. Anybody could be a tether no matter where they from. If they're not a black American and they got that negative disposition, they a tether. Somebody that's not a tether is somebody like let me think. Somebody that's not a tether. Name some. I know y'all know. For example, I will say, like, Nicki Minaj is a tether. She won. But no, just because you were outsider don't mean you a tether. Charlie Kirk would have been a tether. Charlie Kirk is a tether. He would have been a tether for sure. Luol Deng. Nigga said Luol Deng. Yeah, Luol Deng ain't never did nothing. He just was hooping. I ain't mad at Luol Deng. Bismack Biyombo. Ball, Manute Ball. They cool. You know what I'm saying? They cool. Nigga said Luol Deng. Hey, Luol Deng was nice with the Bulls, though. I ain't gonna lie. He was low-key decent, though. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all funny as hell for Luol Deng. Farrakhan. He's Minister Louis Farrakhan. Farrakhan ain't no tether. He ain't no tether. Myron Gaines is a tether. Farrakhan ain't no tether. Farrakhan is a full-on Caribbean. I think he's, is he Trinidadian and Jamaican or Trinidadian and Dominican? And I rock with Farrakhan, man. Farrakhan a real one. I know everybody don't agree with his, with the way he was going about stuff, and they like to say, "Oh, he's an agent," but he done did more for black people than a lot of niggas. How was Charlie a tether? Charlie Kirk, because he's not a black American and he has a negative disposition towards us, and he made up a lot of lies, especially when it came to crime rates and stuff. That's a tether. That's what tethers do. They lie. They lie. They said it was his mic thing that exploded. His shirt color flew up and nothing went out of his neck. Yeah, but then where did the hole come from, though? That's that perfect, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that's getting me, though.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Counting or not counting gang violence? Great. Do you know how many?
I just want to know where the hole come from then, though. That's my thing.
I know there's been speculation.
You can just play this, and if you guys are just on audio, you'll obviously need to come cut this on video because I can't really describe obviously the question.
Hold on, wait. Okay, so not just trying to claim us when it's convenient. No, a tether is not just somebody who tries to claim us, claim our history or claim our culture. No. A tether can also be somebody with a negative disposition. You know what I'm saying? So somebody like what's his name? Frank Zano. He's a tether. He's never tried to claim our culture or anything. I mean, he say we don't got no culture, but he's a tether because he got a negative disposition. So it's not just because you claim our culture. It's also somebody that just is negative towards us, verbally or physically or whatever it is. And it ain't got nothing to do with you being a specific ethnic group or a specific, group of people. It could be anybody. You could be Asian. You could be Chinese and be a tether. You could be white and be a tether. Charlie Kirk is a definition of a tether, full-blown definition of a tether. But a lot of times you just don't see it being called out as much when it comes to whites. It's just because we got different names for them, right? But they still can be tethers, though. Luol Deng exposed Danny Ferry for being racist when he was the GM over the Atlanta Hawks. He was on call. I didn't even know that. I might have to look that up. I didn't know that. If that's the case, shout out to Luol Deng for doing that.
Question is being asked at this moment right here. We had assumed initially that was his recorder or something. I can confirm, you'll see later, that it's whipping fast and it looks white when it whips fast, but that is in fact his necklace. That is his necklace. And I find that for some reason to be very strange that the necklace goes up first.
This is Candace Owens, by the way, if y'all don't know, people that don't know.
You can see this obviously. And by the way, there's no gore in this, so you don't really need viewer discretion because, like I said, which kind of broke the internet, the bullet didn't go through, and not only did not go through, it didn't even cause any sort of a mess. His perfectly white t-shirt was white until the moment that he hit the ground. Skylar, we can get to that portion, I guess, where they can more clearly see the, well, first we can show them the magnet that's still on him. I guess we'll get to that. Yeah, there you go. We can pause there. So they can see that is his necklace, and it's I don't know how to describe that. I don't know if you would say it's still on him. There was a lot of story. Everybody had a personal story about Charlie's necklace, which struck me as very odd. Okay. It struck me as odd because, Erica, Frank tells the story about how he came out to get his backpack from the car as the feds were searching it at the hospital, and he saw Charlie's necklace on his backpack, which was in the car. And the feds said, "We were looking for that necklace." Really? Why were the feds looking for the necklace? How did they know he had a necklace? That's very strange. Erica, of course, has told several stories about the necklace, and how precious the necklace was to him, and how grateful she was that she got the necklace back. I think maybe even Brian Harpole had a story about that. I got to go back and look through it. But everyone's got a story about the necklace. It seems like a strange focus of this day. And so I want to just point that out, that it is the necklace that is hanging. You can see that. And maybe you can see it clearer when it's on my phone. So like I said, I'm happy to send around, but you can at some points even see and observe the chain. Again, this is after Charlie is hit. So you are seeing zero blood heading backward. That feels wrong to me. That instantly felt wrong to me for what they are telling us took place here, which is a 30-06. It's not even enough to pretend that this was like an event where it already is, I would say.
But that's when it first happened, though. So the blood might just not have been in that view yet. Maybe if the video's longer, you'll see it coming down. So I don't know about that one.
Saying to try to say this was some miracle event and, you know, Charlie's neck stopped this. The magnet clasp right there. Some people were wondering. Some people thought that the magnet clasp, I know there was a lot of stuff about the magnet clasp. That's it. It's still on him. I know those things are very powerful. And I think John Bray explained to me that the magnet clasp would have.
That's crazy. Look at their faces. That's wild.
Stayed on, but what was behind it would have fallen off, because he has a theory, and I think I would say it's a well-adapted theory that the Rode microphone is what was shattered in the backseat of the car. And so I wanted to show that as well, so you guys could see that. We can keep scrubbing through here.
Okay. Now, I'm going to say this real quick. All this information is just coming in. This is the last 24 hours. So I'm assuming, again, like I said, they've already prepared for this. They've probably known this information for months. So I'm going to try to stay on top of this as the days go on. If more information come out, again, all this is within the 24-hour period that they coming out with this. So I'll try to keep y'all up to date, especially if some breaking news pop out. Let me apologize to the older guys. I don't got no issue with the OGs. It's the old heads. That dude that was talking shit in the chat was a young nigga. And I don't like you young niggas either. Don't get it twisted. I'm just because I'm a little younger don't mean I'm in line with you young niggas either. A lot of you young niggas is aggravating. Some of these old niggas need to piece you up. That too. So they ain't got no issue with the old heads. Shout out to the old heads, the OGs. I don't like old niggas. But some of you young niggas, I don't like you young niggas either. You young niggas need to get stumped out too. You niggas act like them. You act like your mama. I was the same way. I ain't no different. I was the same way when I was 18, 19, 20, 21. When I went on my own and I figured it out. You young niggas still act like your mama. I don't like you. We was all young niggas before. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you young niggas either. I don't like y'all either. But anyway, salute, Rob. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it, y'all. Lady that made me some food, so I'm gonna go get some food. And you know what else? Shout out to Gen X. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I know it was kind of quick live today. I ain't gonna stay on too long, but I'm gonna get back on here for y'all tomorrow. And that's about it, man. I'm gonna post these videos for y'all, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to the family. Shout out to all my Black Americans. Shout out to the Black American women. Shout out to the non-tethers in the chat. Shout out to the people getting their money. Shout out to the blue collar workers, the white collar workers, all that, man. Shout out to the OGs and shout out to the elders. Appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all have a blessed night. Y'all stay safe. Drink some water, eat some fruit. Finna have me a good night. Hopefully y'all do the same. Love y'all, man. I love y'all, 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 love y'all. I'm gone. See y'all tomorrow. Love y'all.